We are finally back with another episode of TGIW. Thank God it is Wednesday, episode 6, I think. Episode probably 6. Going on right now on Wednesday. Double-sized issue today because I missed last week due to illness. So you get twice the goodies. All right, so first, to start off with, the book of the week of 2 weeks ago, that's the book of the week of December the 4th, is no surprise. John Constantine, Hellblazer #1, so good. Love Hellblazer, love Constantine. Having him back as a more of a Vertigo title rather than just hanging out in the regular DCU. Yes, this feels like actual Vertigo Hellblazer, and it's been too long since we've had it. So that gets last week's, 2 weeks ago, book of the week. Now, last week, general stuff. This is kind of weird. The past 2 weeks, I didn't get anything off the shelf. I didn't get any individual issues or new issues that weren't on my poll, which is the first time to happen in a long time, and it happened 2 weeks in a row. Crazy. All right. So, Savage Avengers. This is the first time you've seen me pull up a Savage Avengers. I got it on good authority that Savage Avengers is awesome. So, I picked up the back issues and finally added it to my poll. And number 8 came out 2 weeks ago, so it was just put into my stack. Savage Avengers. That person who recommended to me, I owe them a drink because it is great. I was turned off originally by having Conan in the Marvel Universe, and I like Conan's fine, but when they try to do that weird stuff, like they're putting Watchmen in the DC Universe, putting Conan in the regular MCU, like what are you doing? Like, come on, they're separate, and they're good because they're separate, so it really turned me off. And then a good buddy of mine said, like, no, wait, it's good. Punisher's there. I love Punisher. Voodoo I don't really care about, but I do love Punisher. Anyway, it is fantastic. So I went and picked it up, and no regrets there. Spider-Man Venom Double Trouble. This is just fun. This is like an all ages book. It's like a Spider-Man Venom sort of buddy book, where Venom's still a bad guy, but it's not all serious. It's antics. It's Spider-Man and Venom antics, and it's cute and it's fun. So I highly recommend it. Star Trek 8 in the Tholian Web. This has been a really, really good run. The Tholians are a super interesting race, and the web is super cool, and the Tholian sort of child that they end up sort of adopting and being able to communicate with makes it really interesting. So that's been really good. Amazing Spider-Man. You know my love for Amazing Spider-Man, so obviously that's there. Iron Man Tony Stark. I can't remember if I mentioned this the last episode I had. I don't know. I'm getting tired of this kind of version of Iron Man. Where's the Iron Man that was just playboy out there going on adventures? It's so bogged down with debate about AI. It's all AI stuff. Am I really real because I'm an imprint of my whatever? I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna stick with it because I've been doing Iron Man for so long. It's just, I'm tired of it. I want to do something different. I want it to be more superhero-y than it has been. Dr. Doom, great, and sort of kind of framed for doing some bad stuff. Seeing how that turns out. But Doom wouldn't do that. Doom's a good guy. Wearing my work clothes. I didn't even realize we're all formal on you today. I can at least loosen up a little bit. Where was I? Daredevil. Daredevil just continues to be so good. Matt just still saying I'm no longer Daredevil, but he runs around in a costume. It's not the Daredevil costume, just Daredevil stuff. Whatever. still Daredevil. Batman universe. When I don't. I've mentioned I don't read a lot of like previews and stuff. I like to be surprised with stuff, and I don't know what's coming out and what stuff is supposed to be what. I thought this was a new ongoing. Evidently, it's not. It was a mini. I don't really. After reading it, and this is the last issue, unless I'm still wrong, I don't know. I don't know what the point of this was. It was good, but I didn't really. I don't know. I didn't get the point, I guess. Maybe it wasn't for me. Batman, I'm ready for this to wrap up. Not that it hasn't been good, The City of Bane, but it's been going on for a while. It's getting to like Hush length, but it's not as good as Hush. It's hard to beat Hush. It's really good, but like let's wrap it up. Archie and Sabrina. Archie's been great. The Sabrina. Them two all being all romantic likes and whatnot has been really good. Archie slipped up a little bit in this issue. May have offended Sabrina a little bit, so that might be the beginning of the end, because she's not going to be in the book forever. She can't be. Annihilation Scourge, the Nova and Fantastic Four issues. This is good. Fantastic Four Annual number 6. Huh? You guys seen that? The first appearance of Annihilus? Boy, that spiked. I hope you anyone who wanted that has that already. That does not include me, unfortunately. I've been looking for a copy of that for a long time, and every time I find one, it's complete garbage condition. I just haven't been able to find a good one, and now, because it's rumored or confirmed, I don't know, that Annihilus is going to be a big bad in the MCU. So that book, like super spiked. So that's dumb. But anyway, Annihilation Scourge has been good. And then the 2099 Ghost Rider and Venom. I don't know how I feel about this, what they've been doing with some of these events, where it's they're doing it both for Annihilation Scourge and the 2099 event, where there's like a prime issue, a bunch of one-shots, and then an Omega issue or an ending issue, which makes it kind of hard, like, because it doesn't actually tell a story throughout. Like, these are standalone one-shots. They don't really, well, these add to the larger story. These so far, the 2099 stuff hasn't. But, like, what order am I supposed to read these in? Because they're all number ones. And in some cases, it doesn't really seem to matter, but I don't know if I really like that format. Give me a 1 through 6 to make it somewhat easy on me. So book of the week for last week. This, you might be surprised, I've got to give it to Spider-Man and Venom Double Trouble. I read it, and I really liked the first issue, but I read the second one, and it's just so much fun. It's just not worried about continuity or big things happening or anything like that. Like, it's just fun. The art is fun. There's no consequences for anything. I don't care what happens in the end. It's cute. I mean, look at that Venom. Look at that. His tongue hanging out, all doofy looking. It's really good. So that's my book of the week for last week. This week, man, I'm looking at this. This is insanity. All right. Make some room here. All right. Annihilation. More Annihilation stuff. Beta Ray Bill and Silver Surfer. Don't need to say a whole lot more about that that I didn't just talk about. Batman's Grave 3. Batman's Grave, the first 2 issues, really, really good. Great story. Looking forward to more of that. Captain America, F yeah. So it's been okay. It's feeling to be in the same rut that Iron Man is, where, like, how long ago was what was it, Secret Empire, where it's all like no one trusts Cap anymore. So he doesn't really wear the uniform, and he's on this secret team or whatever. Like, how long can that go on? Let's get over it, move on. We know Cap is fine. Him not being trusted is getting kind of bland, to be honest. Things just need to get shaken up a little bit. And actually, by shaken up, I mean, let's go back to form. Let's just go back to him being a superhero and beating up Batroc the Leaper. That's fun stuff. It's this. You know what? Here's what it is. It's with Captain America and Iron Man. It's not fun. It's too serious. I don't like that in my superhero books. If I wanted serious and bland, I'd read more DC. Snap. But why I love Marvel and like Spider-Man and stuff. It's fun to read. There's jokes and quips and it's just a lot of fun. Captain America and Iron Man has just been kind of depressing. That's not my escape. I don't want to read about someone my hero having a bad time. Like having some conflict in every once in a while, of course, but it's just been for so long for both those books. So there you go. Just had the revelation of why I'm kind of getting tired of those two books. Batman or Detective Comics, and we're still on Nora Freeze. It's kind of time to wrap this up as well. Like the City of Bane thing, like that's this whole big event that's happening just in the Batman book, which is great. So, and it's kind of like Hush, like yeah, you get 12 issues to do this thing. It's understandable. It's such a big deal. This Mr. Freeze and Nora thing, it doesn't need to be going on for as long as it has been. Like it's a great story, but does Mr. Freeze deserve like a 12-issue run of things? I don't know. I mean, it's still good, so it's fine. I'm such a negative person today. I'm sorry. I'm just like, I'm having all these revelations of like, do I even like comics anymore? I'm just kidding. That was a ridiculous suggestion. Maybe I'm just seeing the stack is so big, like, it's just overwhelming. All right. So, 2099 stuff, Doom 2099 and Spider-Man 2099. I'm expecting these to be really relevant to the tie-ins because they're in they're both in the Amazing Spider-Man book proper that's doing the 2099 thing. So, excited for those. More negative time. Dungeons and Dragons Infernal Tides #1. I get all Dungeons and Dragons stuff. I haven't really enjoyed a run of D&D stuff for a long time, which makes me sad. The Zub stuff, when he first started doing the Baldur's Gate stuff, was a lot of fun. It was great. Recently, it's just been, the art hasn't been super great. The story has been, it's a Dungeons and Dragons story. Okay. But if this doesn't wow me, it might be the last one that I do. Let's go back and read the old Marvel Dungeons and Dragons stuff, the Dragonlance and the whatnot. Fantastic Four 17, continuing the what's the point of origin. Man, Johnny Storm has gotten hooked up with a lady that he didn't know, but they're like, you know what? This is your soul mate meant to be. And Johnny Storm's like, I'll try this out. Yeah, we'll see. I'm guessing it probably won't end well. Especially since she was previously being escorted by someone else who isn't super happy about Johnny stepping in, but who's ever happy about Johnny stepping in? Certainly not Peter Parker. Ghost Rider, first 2 issues of this were fantastic. This Ghost Rider ruling hell has been super, super cool. Savage Sword of Conan. I've said a lot about Conan in the past couple episodes of this, so I'm not going to go more into that. Spider-Verse. Hey, it's a miniseries. Well, again, I didn't know. This is the first time it had an of 6. The first 2 were just number 1 and 2. If they could keep doing this for miniseries, I'd really appreciate it, just so I know what I'm getting into. Like, always put an of however many, because I'm a dum-dum. I don't read solicitations and stuff like that. I just do it for one-shots too, because I'll go pick up a one-shot like, oh, cool, this is going to be a fun series, and then I get home and read it, and it's a one-shot, and like, oh. I don't got time for that. Just help me out here, guys. Superman revealed to the world. What's going on here? This seems like a big deal. This seems like too big of a deal. I have my doubts. Oh, look what it is. TMNT 100. I think, is Shredder coming back? Because there was that Shredder in Hell miniseries, which I didn't realize was out until it was too late. Maybe I should read solicitations. But so I didn't read it, therefore obviously I don't know how it ends, but I mean, they're paying attention to Shredder and we're getting issue 100. That can't be a coincidence, right? Like, Shredder's got to be coming back. I hope so. Spoiler alert, did you know in the first issue of TMNT, like the original TMNT, Shredder dies in the very first issue? Like, hey, here's a super cool villain. Oh, he's dead. Spoiler alert on a 40-year-old comic. This alien symbiote Spider-Man alien something. It's a variant cover, so the name's not on it. I shouldn't have got the variant cover, especially for how much I hate variant covers. Man, I've been logging all of my books into. I'm sorry, I'm getting real casual here. I'm stressed out thinking about this. Cataloging all of my books in my CLZ app, and it would, if variant covers weren't a thing, how fast would that be? I'll just be like down the line. Yep, issues 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yep. But no, it's like, oh, do I have 1 A, B, C, or D? Do I have 2 A, B, C, or D? Do I have 3 A? It drives me nuts. Nuts! But people like variant covers. That's great. I'm glad that you like it. It's just a pain in the butt for categorizing. Makes it go slow. Alien, Symbiote Spider-Man, Alien, something. Look it up. The Dollhouse Family. Love the first one. Talked about like doll stuff when it's creepy stuff. Super cool. So that got added to the poll. More Immortal Hulk. What can I say that I haven't said about Immortal Hulk? It's unbelievable. It's the best Hulk book maybe ever. Maybe ever. I don't know if it's as good as like Silver Age Hulk, because again, that's just fun. But as far as modern Hulk goes, this is the best Hulk, hands down. Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. It's so good. And this is a years long spoiler alert that I didn't know was coming when it happened. When Spidey revealed himself to J. Jonah Jameson, it happened in Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. That seems like an amazing Spider-Man type event to happen. You put that's a huge deal. That's 60 however many years that his identity's been hidden from J. Jonah Jameson. One of the biggest things in the world for Spidey and JJJ's life, and it happens in this book. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's great, but it seems like it's such a big event that would happen in the main title. Anyways, that has nothing to do with this issue, but I was surprised. Were you surprised? I was surprised. Mary Jane 3, again, this has been good. This doesn't have an of 3. Is this an ongoing? Is this a mini? I don't know. I don't pay attention. I just see the thing and it looks good, and I put it on my stack, and I hand them the money, and they give me the book, and I read it, and then sometimes it's over because it's a mini. I don't know. But it doesn't have the of however many, so maybe that is a thing they're doing now, maybe not. Rambling. And Batman Curse of the White Knight. It's just book 5. It's been on my poll. I'm continuing to get it. Okay. So, look at that. Oh my, this week, you know what it is? It's the 2 Annihilation Scourges and 2 2099s. But seriously, that's a week. That's a week. Oh boy. Oh boy. All right. So, anything else? Yes. Why do I do this to myself? Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. issue 1. Not like a major key, but it's pretty. It's a pretty good book to have. I don't see it spiking or anything because there's no super significant first appearance in there. But it was a good price and a good copy for what I'd like to get this book at. It wasn't necessarily on my want list, but you know, every so often you see something like it's not on your want list, but then you see it like, oh, yeah, I should probably have that. So now I have it. And then one of the stores got a huge collection of vintage Transformers, and as you know, I like Transformers. I don't do a lot of buying on the vintage Transformers, but what I do, the only vintage Transformers that I buy all Sea Sprays, because Sea Spray is the best, and then all cassettes. The cassettes are my favorite gimmick. So they had a Ravage in really good shape that was complete, and Ravage is obviously one of the most important ones, and I just haven't had them yet. I'm pretty close to having all the cassette tapes, but Ravage is a big one that I didn't have. Also, interesting enough, I don't have a Laserbeak. What do you think of that? And then in that collection, there were a bunch of spare parts. Along with the cassettes, I have the Soundwave and Blaster, obviously. I have to have those. But the Soundwave that I had was missing the actual concussion blaster bit, and they had an extra one of that. I was able to buy that on its own, which was great. And my Buzzsaw, this kind of sucks. My Buzzsaw, it's one of its extra pieces. Like this was snapped off. But this is the wrong one. This is the wrong side. I need this side. But they only had an extra of that side. I had a 50-50 chance of it being the one that I needed, so I took a chance, and I was wrong. So I'm not going to go to the casino tonight. Yeah. That is, so yeah, that's it. For your double-sized episode of TGIW. As always, let me know what I missed. Let me know what I got that's garbage. Tell me how bad my tastes are, because I'm sure, like, with all the crap that I get, like, look at this. Last 2 weeks. This is stupid. Guys, I may have a problem. Oh my God! Look at this. The moment, my moment of self-revelation recorded here live on as I record this video of, guys, I may have a comic book addiction. This might be a problem. Anyway, let me know what you think. Give me a comment, a subscribe. Check out other videos up here or up here, and subscribe here or here. But yeah, that's it. I will see you soon. This video was brought to you by Titan Comic Pressing. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Titan Comic Pressing LLC.